Namaste, namaste, and welcome, welcome, welcome to Moments to Inspire. My name is Angela, Angel with an A, and I am so pleased to be here with you today. The show is going to be a very interesting show. Um, and I will explain in one moment. I just will. But very first thing I think we all need, and I know I most certainly need right at this moment in time, is 3 deep Ave Saw breaths. So I don't know about you, but let's start with that. Anyone who doesn't know what Ave Saw breath is, it's inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth while you are thinking Ave on the inhale and Saw on the exhale. The Ave means hail in Latin. Hail to the divine, hail to yourself, hail to what is before you. And the Saw is just that release and the openness to what is you're willing to you're open and willing to allow into your life and to come forward. So that's what the Ave Sam breath means to me. There's so many nuances to it, and if you have any that really resonates with you and you're called to do it, please go to shriankira.com to learn a little bit more. But let's do the Ave Sa breath first, because that's what I need to do myself. Gets us all grounded, centered, and in the same kind of energy frame as everyone. So hands to heart, and here we go. Inhale, thinking Ave Sa, and the exhale. Here we go. Ave Sa. Ave Sa. Ave Sa. There we go. Thank you, everyone, for that. So, welcome, welcome, welcome to this amazing hour of co-creation. We have chats and we are broadcasting live at onenesstalkradio.com. We are also at Oneness Talk Radio YouTube and Oneness Talk Radio Facebook. So if you have the ability to chat on any of those streaming platforms, please do so, because this is all about the co-creative process. This hour is as much for you as it is for me, and vice versa. We're all in this together. We're all co-creating and building these energies for ourselves and for our communities and for our world. So by all means, please put your comments in the chat with one another. It's usually a community, not usually, it is a community of beautiful, like-minded people that just want to express the joys and celebrate the life that they have. It's just an amazing group of people. So please, please get in the chat. And if you want to chat with me via that, perfect. I love that. And share anything with the whole group and I can read it online, live here. That would be great too. So please, please share what you have. I did have an extraordinary guest planned for today. So I always say everything happens for a reason. I had a beautiful guest, Rocky Krogfoss. He is an amazing quantum emotional healer out of British Columbia, and I'm in Ontario. And I think what has happened is there has been a time mix-up somewhere along the line. And I think Rocky has forgotten it's 11 Eastern and not 11 Pacific, which is what he is. So I hope that he will get my messages and he'll be able to connect with us here still this morning. If not, I am totally winging this show, boys and girls. Absolutely, completely off the top of my head. So I had all these wonderful questions prepared for Rocky and whatnot, but we're now moving past that and we're moving on. So what Rocky was going to discuss mainly was something that he's developing coming up here, which is a workshop and on the subtle art of listening, but it's mainly directed towards the male persona or the masculine energy, and it's all about listening to that which is listening more to the feminine, divine feminine, and the feminine energy in your life. But it's again geared mainly towards men, and it's a very interesting workshop, and I'm hoping he will come on. If he doesn't, I am definitely going to have him on again because he is quite an emotional, quantum emotional healer. He is an author and a channeler. He's an interesting gentleman, electrician originally by trade. So he's definitely what I would have, or what my father would have called a man's man in that category. So when you first meet him, you're kind of thinking, for most people, not to get too stereotypical here in the spiritual community, we usually see a very large amount of females. It tends to be very feminine heavy. So when we have masculine energy that is willing to come in and express and support and hold the divine masculine, I love every minute of that, and I just champion every minute of that. And that is truly who Rocky is. So I did post something earlier and tagged Oneness Talk Radio for it, and it is a video about Rocky, and Rocky doing a demonstration, a very elegant, very simple, very easy demonstration about what our emotions and our emotional thinking can actually do to our electromagnetic field and how we project that out into the world. So I would highly recommend, if you can find that. Again, it's I posted it on my Waters of Self-Ascension Facebook, but if I did tag Oneness Talk Radio as well, and I will put it up on my own personal Facebook as well. So I'll tag it as in as many places as I can, so you'll be able to see it. It truly is fascinating, but like I said, it is a very simple and a very elegant, easy way and an easy demonstration to actually see what our thinking and our emotional states actually play on ourselves and the people around us. So I really highly recommend you go and watch that. So that's again, Rocky Krogfoss, Krogfoss. And I'll give you some more of his information a little later on, hopefully, if he comes in. If not, I might share the rest until I can actually get him on here and do and have a show with him and have him as an actual guest. So fingers crossed, I will get a hold of him shortly. I'm just checking all my various mobile devices and computers and stuff just to see if he's managed to get a hold of me, but not yet. So in honor of Rocky, I thought maybe, since I am completely winging the show, completely off the top of my head, we would dive into the and discuss maybe the divine masculine and play with the divine feminine today. We've touched on it before. But before we do that, I did want to do the Ascended Numerology for today, because I did look into what and feel into and touch into and resonate into what we are going through in this moment. And it is another part of the 8. The 8, we always seem together on the 8, and that does not surprise me in any way, shape, or form. The 8 is the infinite. It is the infinite symbol on its side, right? And it has to do with that lotus, that crystalline lotus chakra that you have, which is just above. So you have your crown chakra, ooh, ooh, and then you have your lotus chakra, which is just above it, right? So it is that crystalline, divine lotus chakra energy that is with you today on the 8th, the infinite energy. And not only is it an infinite energy, but it's an infinite energy in both ways. So it is the infinite energy of both, of duality, of polarity, and of what we would call the divine crystalline light. So what are you expanding into? Expansion is happening all around you. Are you going one way? Are you going the other? Where are you expanding? And here's the beautiful thing: with the divine crystalline support of the lotus chakra, you have that warrior spirit, that that thing that makes you just stand up and say, you know what, I'm going to do this today. That's what's supporting you today. I have all the support in the world. I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing, and I'm doing it for me and the rest of the world around me. That is the 8 that you're tapping into today. That is your expansion. So What are you expanding into? Are you expanding into the positive or the negative? So that is completely your choice, right? And the beauty of it all is everything is in divine order. So it doesn't matter if you go backwards, if you want, I don't like that word. If you want to go and choose a lower frequency, that is completely your choice, right? But if you want to hold and rise and feel that divine, um, both the divine masculine energy rising in you, but also that crystalline lotus energy, you can do that too. That is the energy of the eight that's supporting you today, and I wholeheartedly recommend you go out there in that warrior spirit and divine mastery that you have, and you go and claim it today, because it is yours. It is such a powerful month, so many things happening. Mercury retrograde, the harvest of full moon on the weekend, and then the new moon will be coming up, and then there's also a Jupiter. Let me just see if I can get the right words here for you, because I don't want to muck it up. Jupiter at opposition. Unfortunately, I'm not an astrologer, so I don't know too much about that. So I'd have to look into it. But it is on Kira's calendar. And if you don't know what this calendar is, that's just up over my shoulder here. Kira Ra puts these out every year. It is the Ascended calendar, and it is pages. It's not just a calendar. So you've got your 12 months, but it marks off your new moons, your full moons, your Mercury retrogrades, all the things that are very important for you to pay attention to in a calendar, on a calendar month, while you're working your energies. But it's also more than just that, because there's pages and pages of insights and lessons and teachings beyond just what you see under, which gives you what your month is, that awakening. So right, that awareness experience choice. Is it an experience month, a choice month? What is the month in Ascended Numerology? The month in Ascended Numerology for September is the 6th. What is that? Well, that's perfect to play in right with what we wanted to talk about today, which is divine masculine and the divine feminine coming together in unity, right? That's what the 6 represents, is the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming together in unison, in perfect harmony, and to work towards the community, the world, and others at large. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful energy. So that's what the 6 is. So that's even more so. So you've got your masculine, your feminine, the divine warrior coming together, that's within you, in the power of the 8. Oh, the powers that are supporting you today are just absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to quickly check to see if Rocky's gotten a hold of me at all before I continue on any further. I don't see any messages from him. I seriously think that's all it's become, is just a mix up with the time differences, but that's okay. We'll get him back on again sometime soon. So I would love to hear anybody who wants to put anything in the chat about their experiences in the last few weeks, maybe in the month of September, that you may have had with these energy, you've had with the divine feminine and divine masculine energies coming together, and it being a month of awareness. So what are you becoming aware of? What is really showing you face to face in that mirror that is being presented to you, right? um I've The things that have been presenting to me have been absolutely um amazing, and so subtle and so deep that I don't know if I had to reach this level of awareness and ability to pay attention to my body and what it's trying to tell me, my heart and what it's trying to tell me, and my mind and what it's trying to tell me, and mesh these 3 almost separate beings that create up who I am, and reassure all of them that everything's great, all is in divine order, all is in perfect order, and to just keep taking that deep Ave Sa breath, hand to heart, and keep putting that foot out. And as I'm doing that, I'm going deeper and deeper into myself and where these subtle things are hiding that I never would have looked at. And actually, it was Rocky, the guest who I was going to have on today, who actually really um, helped me. I was doing some research for him because, he's a guest and you you wanna make sure you have your guests on and the right questions to ask and what to say, and he's truly fascinating. So it was an absolute honor to watch some of the testimonials from, his clients. Um, I would almost say like friends afterwards. So he truly is, a magnificent guy. So I was just kind of touching into some of the things that Rocky had said in his workshops that I had been, honored to watch, and as I did so, I was just feeling little twinges and little pangs in my body that have always been there. You're not the big aches and pains, not the ones that are there and that you can feel into, that you can breathe into, and that you can literally feel the energy shifting out. But the little ones, the ones where you've got that catch in your throat, the one that always makes you go, or that little kind of thing in your ear that always has been there, but you don't know why. And I found myself in meditation, literally feeling into these and breathing the Ave Saw breath. So what I did was, um, Sri Ram Kaur had demonstrated, I believe, on a global Minga demonstration last week. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, on Facebook, we have the Global Minga group, and I would encourage you to go in, check that out. Sorry, that's my dog barking. I do apologize. And check that out. But he said it's a 15-minute, goes live 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, and they talk about the energies of the day. They speak to the Egyptian healing rods, which are extremely, extremely powerful. But Shri was speaking last week to Penelope. Good girl. Thank you. She was speaking last week about several things, and wouldn't you know it, my dog has made me forget what it was I wanted to talk to you all about. Anyway, well, we'll come back to it again, as I like to say, loop. We'll get the loop back around again. But yeah, if you have the ability, if you're on Facebook and you want to join a great group of people every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, get on the Global Minga Facebook group and touch base, and we chat with each other there. And it is, again, a great group of people to talk to. The Pyramid of Peace that they're building there in Tosa Blue Mountain, Ecuador, that is being put up. The skin, I understand, is being carbon mesh is being completed here today, and a capstone of beautiful crystalline glass is going on top today. So hopefully they'll be able to stream that live, and we'll be able to see that and touch into that as well. So that will be absolutely amazing. I think it's today. Maybe it'll be showing it tonight here at 6. So be sure to check that out live, Global Minga group. So the divine masculine and the divine feminine are coming together into this fabulous energy, meeting it. And I have been feeling that myself, the subtleness, and oh, there we go. See, loop back around. The subtle energies that I've been feeling into, and Tree taught this his um, on one of the Global Mingas last week, so one of those 15-minute shows, and I wish I knew what one it was, but he demonstrated the Ave Saw breath, but rather than feeling the inhale coming through our nose and out our mouth, we were literally feeling it coming in through our star consciousness. So for those of you who don't know what your star consciousness is, it's a little bit above your third eye. So your third eye is right between your eyebrows, and just a little bit above that, and you can almost feel where to stop. Right there is where it is on me. And then the prime meridians are up on either side of those. Oh, I'm not very good at this, but they go up on either side. Your star consciousness is right in the center. So it was to breathe in the star consciousness and then to breathe out through, at the time, it was our throat chakra because we were trying to clear some tension in our throat chakra. Well, I have always had this tickle in my throat, always. Since I was a small child, my mother used to always comment that I was always coughing or choking or being catching my throat. And I've had that tickle there for a very, very long time. And so I decided that I was going to feel into my tickle today again and go deeper than what we did. And I led me into some serious nuances of emotional healing that I thought I had healed, I thought I had looked at, I thought I had felt into, because it's all about, taking those emotions that you've suppressed and stuffed down for so long and bringing them up and acknowledging them, feeling them, loving them, reassuring them that everything worked out. You're here now, you're a grown person, you have autonomy and you understand the ways of the world. Everything's worked out. So you can release these energies with love and appreciation for all that it taught you. It got you here, right? So I was feeling into that. And then I moved on because all of a sudden this cleared. And so I'm like, okay, it worked there. I've had ear problems since I was a child. I used to have tubes in my ears. I'm constantly have my ears popping all the time. Pressure kind of builds in behind here. So I was like, I wonder if that'll work there. So hand to heart, saying thanks. I was doing Avisa breath in, exhaling out. But instead of feeling the energy pressure coming out my mouth, coming up and out my ears. Kind of like we watch all those cartoons of Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner and Porky Pig and all of them where they used to shoot the energy, it used to be steam, but energy in general, up and out their ears. That's what I was envisioning. So I was envisioning energy coming in here and then this steam coming up and out my ears. So laugh if you want, because I sure did. It was quite a vision to behold. But again, I felt this warmth and tingling and releasing of energy that I had stored there. And then I've got flashes of why and the traumas and stuffing of emotions that led to that. And it was a fascinating, joyful, thankful, appreciative meditation. And it really all started with watching that video that I posted there at uh, Waters of Self-Ascension and tagged Oneness Talk Radio with really what kind of every Ranka and that exhale was, both men inspired me to do that and helped me heal myself even further. It was truly a beautiful, miraculous moment for me this morning. I was sitting here, I was like, I'm sure I'm glowing. I'm sure I'm just radiating, and I was crying. I had the whole gambit going. But I was overjoyed and happy and when you're when we get our old things that keep coming back and keep resurfacing, and you think to yourself, my goodness, I swore I healed this already way back when. Don't try not to beat yourself up too much, right? Try to be um gentle with yourself, non-judgmental with yourself, compassionate with yourself, because we're healing these processes. And how I see it, and I'm beginning to now understand a little bit on an even more deeper level, that you have an initial kind of event that causes you to stuff the emotion. And then you have all of the series of triggers from the moment of that event to present of the same type of trigger, same type of emotion, and you're stuffing that down. So each one of those has to come off, right? But you got to remember that the source is still there. So you're still going to kind of see, oh, that's this nuance coming off now. That's when this happened, that's coming off now. And bit by bit by bit, you're getting down to that very bottom of the onion layer that is you, that says, okay, this is where I'm at, and I see, and this is what I need to heal. And so with love and truly cherish and understand. When you first start out and you're thinking layers are coming off, the more layers that come off, the lighter you feel, the more grateful you feel, and the more you begin to understand as each layer comes off, you're going to feel better and better and better. But when you're first starting, some people think it's a chore. Try and you be gentle with yourself and realize that it's actually great, and celebrate that moment. Celebrate that you have taken another layer off. I used to envision it as a cloak. So I'm, Harry Potter, fantasy, all kinds of stuff. That's who I am. I love that stuff. So I used to vision myself in a big, heavy cloak that ran way out behind me. And for each time I took that pain and I let it go, whatever color that cloak might have been at the time, for whatever shade of energy it might have been, I would literally just grab the hood and swoosh it off and whoosh it away. And we have a fairly similar practice. It doesn't necessarily deal with onion layers, but it is very similar. And it talks about removing your energy, the energies that no longer serve who you are, and serving your purpose, and being able to release them from your field of energy. And it's called the container practice. And actually Rocky also does a very interesting form of the container practice himself, and he taught it in one of his workshops to his group. So I kind of smiled at that, and I thought, oh, there's very similar to the container practice. So why don't we do a container practice here today, right here, right now, because we have all this beautiful time. It's free to discuss whatever we want and do what we please and co-create however we wish. So let's do the container practice. For those of you who don't know what that is, please go to shriandkira.com. They have the container practice right there. They also have an app, Shri and Kira app, Mastery Mentorship app. And I'm not sure if the container practice is part of that. I think it might be, but you can get the app as well. So it's free. And if you want to become a member, there's all kinds of interesting ways to do that, different levels of membership that you can become. But the app is free, and all the lessons on the app and the connection to Oneness Talk Radio, all of that's free. So, and it that has a button right there that connects you right directly to Oneness Talk Radio. So if you want a direct contact to them, so you don't want to have to try and find us on Facebook or on the internet or on YouTube, you can just open your app, click live, and it brings you right to the live stream right here. So there you go. And a reason to download the Shri and Kira Mastery Membership app. So it's in across all platforms as far as I know. So off to the container practice. So we put our divine feminine hand. So our divine feminine is our creativity and the receptacle, right? The receptacle of energy. And the divine masculine is the doer and the receiver of that energy, so that he may do that which he needs. And so what we do is we command and call in the divine crystalline energy in this moment. So I command and call in the divine crystalline energy to come to me here and now. Ooh. And then we take our left hand and we take it from our lotus chakra and we pass it down, swoosh, through all of our chakras. And we send this energy, that which no longer serves us, back to the container at Tosa Blue Mountain, where it will be healed and it will be released out into the universe to be used wherever it is needed most and called to do so. So that is the container practice. So I try and do it a couple of times a day, especially in the afternoon when I come home and I'm if I've been out for the day and I'm now home with the family and I want to just spend time with them. I release any energies that I may have picked up throughout the day, and I just send them off to the container with love and appreciation, and then I move into the new energies of the evening. So that's what if you've got moments like that you want to just pause and reflect and release the energies of the day in honor of them, and let them go. It's a great, quick, easy practice to do. So I highly recommend it for sure. I'm just gonna. So remember, feel free to chat in the chat, and I would love to talk to you and talk to anybody who is coming on. I'm just going to check my email really quickly to see if Rocky was able to get a hold of me or not. I don't see him. I seriously think it was just a simple, oh, let's see. Maybe I've got him on here. No. Okay. Yeah, I really think it was just a simple mix up in time frame. So good old time. It's hard to hook up sometimes. So divine masculine, divine feminine. Oh, I'm I've got a tickle in my own throat there. I will openly admit that my divine masculine I've had struggle with in the past. Divine feminine, I've been full board. I've always been seeking the goddess in everything, and very creative person. But it was the divine masculine that I had, or not divine masculine. It was the masculine energy that I was having the most difficulty with healing, because I still had that embodiment of masculine energy that was the doer despite everything, you know. The divine masculine that was needing to get things done ASAP, and would maybe, whoop, this is gnarly. Sorry, I don't, everyone. He's just come up for some snuggles. This is a cat I just literally rescued about a month ago. He's making his little internet debut, wanting some love and snuggles. We're trying to get him back nursed into health, and he's doing so much better than he was before. He was skin and bones, and we were very concerned. So we brought him in. He wasn't going to last much longer. So this is him coming to get love. So I'll just keep giving him some love right now while I talk about it. But yeah, and he's coming up to help support my divine masculine, right? So thank you, my sweetheart. No, you can't get up on the screen though. The divine masculine is something that I had to really embrace and realize that it's with the love of the creativity, and it's the creativity and the passion that needs to fuel your doing, or else you're just doing, right? And that's how I had lived my most of my life, was just keep moving, just keep going, and hopefully it won't catch up with you, right? Here, Nar, I'm going to put you down. Okay, buddy. There you go, sweetheart. So just keep moving, just keep doing, and eventually you'll find the answer, was kind of where I was going with most of it. And so I had to realize that that's not what the divine masculine is, right? Yes, it's doing. Don't get me wrong. It's most certainly doing. It has that energy of the doership, the protectorship, the energy that gets stuff done when it needs to get done. That is the divine masculine. But we forgot that it is in conjunction and in hand to hand with the divine feminine. And one of the things that's displayed very beautifully in one of my ancestors' cultures, which is the Ojibwa culture, is the idea of the water protector and the water carrier. So the water carrier is always the woman. Why? Because the woman already carries divine water within her own womb. So the woman is the divine carrier of the water, and the masculine is the divine protector of the water. And in my area, there's a beautiful group of people that come together, usually on Mother's Day. Hopefully, we'll be able to do it on Mother's Day coming up this year. We haven't been able to because of COVID. But what they do is they come together as water carriers, women and men, um, Indigenous, non-Indigenous, and they pick a lake that's within the area, and they literally carry a bucket of water around the circumference of the lake in honor of the water, and they and in honor of motherhood as well. And they do this again on usually around Mother's Day, and it's a beautiful symbol of the divine masculine and the divine feminine working together to accomplish something. And it's really truly a powerful thing. I would encourage anybody to maybe start just in honor of water in general, to start maybe doing something like that for themselves, a small little group, if you're able to get together. It's a great way to meet like-minded people as well, and people who are um, into conservation and energy and Mother Gaia. So yeah, see if you can find some communities like that. Um, I'm trying to think, but I was, for me, I came from a family of, let's get this done. Let's just get it. Don't worry about it. We'll worry about it later. Let's just get this done. And so I had to learn how to be and learn how to be with myself, with my voice, with my energy, with all of the things that I amassed over the years, stuffed down energies, stuffed down emotions, physical pains. These is what resulted in physical pains actually, was my over amount of doing and running away from things and not taking that moment to just be and to feel into, to resonate into, and to release, acknowledge, and release what I'm going through. There was no time. There was no time for that. Please, I highly recommend you make time, even if it's just, if you ever feel that little twinge where you're feeling that little collapse of your energy field. And again, Rocky expresses that on his video there. But if you feel that kind of compression coming down on you and your energy field collapsing because you've had that negative energy, just take that 30 seconds to think, be thankful for something, be grateful for something, be appreciative for something, and you'll your energy field expand. And even that 20 seconds and then moving forward can make all the difference in your day, right? It's like getting out of bed and stubbing your toe and then moving forward, or getting out of bed, stubbing your toe, taking 30 seconds. So, thank you for waking me up. I'm now awake. And then going about your day. So that's kind of how I saw it anyway. Namaste, Mona. It's so wonderful to see you here. Oh, thank you. She's thanking. She's just discussing my sharing and experiencing of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and releasing that. Uh, in the So what I am aware of in the past few weeks is stop seeking and start receiving. I keep seeing 111 or 1109 or 11 1 19 or 91. That seems to be, I think those numbers, first of all, the 9 and a 1 and a 1 are powerful numbers to begin with. Um but those definitely are numbers that are in the air for September. So that makes complete sense. When the numbers and sequences do come up, try and remember were you thinking about at that moment? What were you feeling about at that moment? Is it a synchronicity that's connecting you to something else that you saw earlier in the day? What is that trying to tell you? As Master Lady Kira Ra likes to say, what in me invited this to me? So when you see something, what in you invited you to see that? And it could be, like I said, a reminder. It could be, for you to pay attention to what you were thinking or feeling or saying. It's all about watching words too, right? And our words have power and our words have meaning behind them. But then I was in a conversation last night with a beautiful gentleman on Facebook chat, and we were trying to convey the allness and the oneness, and the oneness knowing the allness, and we were trying to find the words to explain what we were talking about. And sometimes when you get into that state of flow state, I'm sure we've all been there for some reason, whether we've been dancing or working out or got caught in doing a painting or a sculpture or whatever, that we've all been in that flow state. And when we're in that and everything just connects and everything just feels so great, we can it's very difficult to put into actual physical ABCD words what it is that you're feeling and experiencing it. And I was having that exact experience last night with a gentleman. But you could tell that we were understanding each other. You could feel the energy even coming through on the computer screen. It was quite a beautiful experience for me. Hopefully I'll be able to get him on the show sometime. Maybe. If he's listening, you know who you are. um so hopefully we'll be able to get him on the show sometime soon. Um, where are we? Wow, it's 11:44 on my time here in Ontario, Canada. 11:44. And so I can't believe I've managed to wing an entire hour with you guys. Wow. Maybe I should start doing more of these. You don't get so caught up in your head, right? You just kind of go with the flow and say, okay, you know your stuff. You know who you are. You know you got this. Just hand on heart, foot out, and take that Indiana Jones moment, because that's what it was like this at 11 o'clock today, let me tell you. It was like, "Okay, I'm going live, everybody. Let's go and see what happens." So I did want, before we get too deep, I do wanna do a quick little meditation before we go and just kind of come together a little bit more. But I did want to just pass along Rocky's information to you, or for you, if you're ever, if you are interested. I'm sure he's gonna be on the show sometime soon. I promise you. But he does have, New Beginnings Therapy. That's his name of his business, and he's a quantum emotional healer. And his email, I'll put it in the chat here before I go. His email is www.migraine1mastery.com, and his address is stressme99@gmail.com. So I'll put both of those in chat before I end my link, and you'll be able to catch those when you just click on the live chat. And he'll be on. I'm sure we'll have him on maybe next week, because it maybe everything happens for a reason, right? The beautiful soul I was planning on having on next week turned out to be come down with the flu, and she's completely lost her voice, and we were going to have to do a recording of her, because she couldn't be live with us next Thursday. So I've now had to bump that to next weekend. So maybe I can have Rocky on next week. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll be able to get our time sorted out, so we know which direction we're coming from. But anyway, so let's So I'm just going to see if there's anything else I feel called to talk about or anything that's been resonating with me. Oh, see, there you go. Another good thing for me. So I am having a new moon ceremony coming up here on the 27th. I am hoping it is going to be at 7 o'clock. If you are wanting to take part in that, please feel free to email me. You can email me at, I'll just put it up here at on the screen so that you know what it is. It's waterloveandlight@gmail.com, and put you on the list for the new moon circle that we are doing. And it's going to be 7 o'clock as far as I know, unless Shri and Kira are planning an event. And then I will be shifting it accordingly. But as far as I know, they're having everything in the afternoon. That's a Sunday. So that is a Sunday, and they have their Sunday services on the Sunday. It's going to be a powerful, powerful day. It's the ending of Peace Week. For those of you who want to know more about that, you can go to shriandkira.com. You can go to unity.org, I believe is what it is. And and you can type in Peace Week 2022 in Google, and it'll take you right where you need to go if you want to learn a little bit more about that. There's all kinds of stuff going on for Peace Week and events on the different that are available. I would recommend you go and take a look, because it is a great place to meet up with so many different people that aren't not only from your community, but from other communities. And it's a great place for all of these communities to come together in peace and unity. And this is the month and the week to do that coming up, right? We're coming into the spring. Where am I? We're coming into the fall equinox. And so yeah, powerful, powerful time. Pyramid of Peace is going to be inaugurated. That is, I'm not sure what word, christen, again, English language. It's going to be opened and initiated and embraced and held by so many beautiful Indigenous communities at its opening on that weekend of the equinox. So if you want to take part in that via internet, you can still be part of the stream of that all, and go over to shriandkira.com and sign up for the streaming of that. Also through Peace Week, part of their stream will be broadcast through Peace Week in one of their rooms. So you'll be able to also catch them that way too. So many different ways to touch into various communities and beautiful, like-minded people who are into the expansion of consciousness in the world, of peace in the world, of love in the world, of joy. So I would highly recommend you touch into all of these places. And I hope I can see you at my new moon ceremony circle on the 27th. So just shoot me an email. So we are almost out of time here, everyone. Oh, what a powerful, powerful day. Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for the honor of today. When these things happen, they truly can inspire you and really show you what you are capable of. And for that, I am truly thankful for today. Because, like I said before, I literally had all of the preparations for guests today, and no preparations to be on by myself or alone, but I had to go for it anyway because I wanted to be with you guys here today, and just this community, help bring this community together and to help light one more candle out there in the world. So, why don't we do one brief little meditation before we go? Hand to heart, and we'll do a few Ave Saw breaths to begin. If get yourself comfortable. If you're doing something and you're not able to be part of the meditation right away, feel into the energies and maybe come back to the video at a later date to be able to do it. So here we go. All right, and inhale. And Ave. the sun is beginning to rise over a beautiful, clear, crystalline lake. You know this lake. You've been here before. It is one of your favorite places to be. You can see the sun coming up over the rocky hills to the east. You bow and say thank you for another day and for shining down on Mother Gaia and offering her your energy and your light. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You kneel down and you put your hand in the soil and you say, thank you, Mother Gaia, as you caress the dirt and feel all the cubes of sand, all of the little bits of tree root and plant root that might be in there, a few little bugs, maybe an earthworm. Send them all your love. Thank you, beautiful Mother, for supporting us. Thank you so, so much for everything that you do. Send your love down into Gaia and up, out, in towards the sun. Expand your energy field of love. Feel the sun and the joy that it gives and brings to life on this earth. And feel the earth accept that joy and that warmth. Expand yourself that joy with that love. Open yourself. You feel your heart opening up. You feel your throat chakra opening up. Your third eye is beginning to tingle. Give it a little tap and say thank you, thank you, thank you. Look around at all of the joys that are around you. What is it that you see? What kind of trees, plants? Do you see fish in the water? Rocks? Just be with this scene before you now. Just be with the peace of the moment. Be with the joy of the creativity of the moment. For creativity is at work here now. The masculine sun is drenching Mother Gaia with energy that the plants are using to grow, to live. From there, you are picking the plants to consume, animals consuming plants with peace. I go on to be consumed by other animals, which is the way of life in that level of consciousness. But you know that you don't feel the need to do that any longer, that you can feel the connection between the masculine and the feminine here now within the plants that sit before you. You can see what it takes, the energy that is combined to create this beautiful scenery before you. And all with the love of water and light and soil. Breathe it in. Smell the air. Smell the soil. Listen to the birds. Listen to the wind blowing through the trees. You may not be able to see the light or feel the energy, but it is there because you can experience it on the wind, smell it on the air. It is there for you to embrace. So open yourself up and just feel and let it come to you. It's warming you. You're covered from head to toe in beautiful tingles. The art of being just in this moment, surrounded by the beauty of divine masculine and divine feminine at work. And with that, you give a deep bow of gratitude and thanks. 3 deep Ave Sa breaths. And you know, with a smile, that all is truly well and that you can go about your day in harmony with the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And when you are ready and you feel called to, open your eyes and be with the world around you before you go out and do what it is that you're called to do. Thank you for being with me in this absolutely magical hour. And I can't wait to see you all again next week. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Namaste.